but I think it explains the probability of how these two met up. They were destined from the start to meet, to develop a great friendship, and to fall in love. Today was always meant to be. Whatever the odds, whatever the twists and turns their paths could have taken, all roads would lead us here today. So, as I said earlier, the year was 2012, and the location was, well, that's just it. In a modern world, Colin and Noel met each other in a dating app. No dressing up, buying a drink, etc. One was in Anamo and the other was in Rosslare. They got talking, or rather messaging, and a spark of interest was ignited. They went on from there to exchange numbers and bringing it to another level with texts and phone calls. All very safe, wouldn't you say? The moment did come when they would have to make a face-to-face meeting. And so, as a blind date, as it were, was arranged, and they agreed to meet at the new modern Cleary's clock. You know the one, the Spire, where 20th century love stories begin. Sorry, the wind's blowing me all over the place. Okay. If you'd indulge me here a little bit, perhaps I can just carry on. I asked Colin what his first impression of Noel was, to which he replied, Spencer Tracy. I didn't get this, so I had to Google Spencer Tracy. An American actor in the 60s known for his natural style and versatility. Very interesting indeed. So for all of you others in the room too young to know who he is, I prepared a little something. Moving swiftly on, I asked Noel the same question. And well, Noel's first impression of Colin was of a likeness to David Norris. OMG! So Colin, I didn't want you to be left out today, so I got a little something for you too. Spencer Tracy and David Norris introduced themselves nervously before heading to dinner. Colin dressed like a bank manager going to a wedding, and, well, Noel had mustered up a jacket and pants from the 70s. Looking at them today, David, aka Colin, obviously had a hand in the wardrobe department today. Their first date was a roaring success, it has to be said, once the initial nerves were overcome. And from the get-go, they discovered how much they had in common. They enjoyed the same shared interests in sport, travel, wine, food, and indeed life in general, it could be said. They both concluded that after the initial nerves, it was a night of fun and laughter, and both were keen to meet up again. I'm always keen to know when a couple got to share their first kiss, and I can confirm that a quick first kiss was shared on this first evening. Not hanging around, the second date happened the very next day. Noel called Colin's home in Anamo for lunch, met the doggy crew for the first time. Freya, Bruno and Casper sniffed him out for the first time and gave a good sniff of approval. Their relationship moved forward and their friendship, which is such an important part of their relationship, deepened. So I asked both of them if there was a single defining moment in the relationship where they could honestly say this was the one for me. The person I want to commit to spending the rest of my life with. Colin told me that for him it was a selection of moments and a realisation over time this was good and what he wanted in his life. When I asked Noel the same question, he confirmed for me that there was absolutely, without question, a defining moment on the first date when Colin insisted on paying for dinner. Noel decided to take Colin away for his birthday in February 2017, and so it was decided that they would go to Edinburgh for a long weekend. Noel was on a mission this weekend, and unbeknownst to Colin, Noel was planning to pop the question. He decided they would do this whilst they were in the Edinburgh Botanical Gardens. He attempted several times during the walking tour around the garden, but a couple with 2 small kids and a dog just kept getting in the way. Thankfully, the ideal moment presented itself while they were sitting having a break in the Organ Donation Memorial Garden, and Noel surprised Colin by getting down on one knee and asked Colin to donate his heart to him for the rest of his life. Cue the buckets, puke-worthy or not, it worked. Colin fell for it, and so here we are today with the 2 of them getting hitched. I asked Colin to name Noel's best attributes, and he said Noel is easygoing and has such a positive outlook on life. He loves how Noel is open to new experiences. He also loves how Noel takes no nonsense, even from him. I asked Noel the same question, and he described Colin as social, intelligent, always up for a laugh, and most importantly, a wonderful cook. In 3 words, Colin describes Noel as funny, impetuous, and caring. In 3 words, Noel describes Colin as loving, empathic, and kind. Colin and Noel both told me how lucky they feel that they've been able to do so much together already. Their wish for the future is a long married life together with lots of fun and laughter, where they continue to support and make time for each other. They always want to have each other's backs in every situation, never to go to sleep on an argument, and always to know when to say sorry. When I asked what they hoped for the future, they both answered more of the same. They are both looking so forward to building their new home and new life together in Wexford. We are the sum of our past, present and future, and let's hope for a wonderful future for Colin, Noel and their doggies, and let the foundation of their hard work be a great starting point for them and everyone else fortunate enough to share their lives in the future. Can I now ask Paul Kinsella to come and share a poem with us?